So, wanted to just give you a, 3-month opinion or update on how we are liking our Coachmen Beyond. So, first of all, we've taken a handful of trips. Obviously, I would love to travel the country, but we both work full time and we have a farm full of animals and some with special needs. So we are kind of limited on taking, long periods of time away from home. So we did get the van so we could travel more with the dogs. And I do have a wonderful pet sitter who comes and helps me with the farm while we're gone. So the van is a means for us to be able to get away on short trips for now, down the road, much longer trips. But, and so far it's worked out beautifully. Warranty issues, not too bad actually. We've had a Class A RV in the past. We've had a Class C, and we've had travel trailers. And our Class A, which was the one we had before this, was a nightmare with warranty issues and things going wrong, and it's sitting in the shop for months. So we were really nervous about buying another new RV. So, but we did. We bit the bullet, and we heard so many good things about Coachmen and their Class B vans. And we narrowed it down to, we really liked the Winnebago, and we liked the Coachmen. So two good brands that had a really good following and good Facebook groups where people would help one another. I didn't have that when we had the Class A, and trying to figure things out myself was hard. So having a support group where other people going through similar things has been great. So far really happy with this Coachmen and the build and the quality. It feels good. It feels solid. Cabinetry is wonderful. The issues we have had, we had one big issue, and that was a Ford issue. It wasn't a Coachmen issue. And that was the sensors on the left side of the vehicle just didn't work. So like when you went to back up, you couldn't, it just didn't show you that whole left side. It didn't, because they weren't working. And we took it into Ford and they fixed it for us. So that, not a big deal. And then the other issue we are having, that we're actually bringing it in to be serviced in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, is the Truma. So the Truma, when I'm plugged in, it is not, the Truma hot water will not work on electric. Even if I'm plugged in, even if I have the generator running, it just won't work. It's registering as not recognizing or not seeing the electrical. So that has to go into the shop, and they need to figure that out. I can get it to work off propane sometimes, not all the time. I have to kind of keep clearing the errors, and I can show you that in case anybody is having that issue. But I have to go in and keep clearing the errors, and sometimes I toggle the propane switch a little bit in case it's that. I don't know. I just kind of wing it, and sometimes it works. So that is the only big issue that we're having. We're coming into winter, so if we want to use it, I do need to figure that out. We have taken some cold showers in the summer, not a big deal. In the winter, a little bit more so. So that is going to be serviced. And the only other warranty issues we had, we were missing a handle to one of the drawers. No big deal. They sent one, but it was the wrong one. So we're going to get that fixed. And then there's just like a rubber gasket outside over the dually wheel covers that needs to be replaced. So all in all, knock on wood somewhere, it's been really good. Some of the issues that have come up, I've been able to figure out. Some of them are user error and just getting used to a new coach. So, and there's still so much I need to learn, like the settings on that inverter, and I don't know. There's a lot I still need to figure out. But that's the big ones that we're going to have worked on. Oh, and one more thing that we actually that I do need to have worked on. But I can't bring it to where we bought the RV. I actually have to bring it to Cummins. My generator is acting weird. So when we first got it, it would just randomly shut down. So I when we drive and it's really hot out and the dogs are back here, I run the generator so I can run the AC. And that way they stay cool. I have the dash AC, but if you're sitting back here, it's nice to actually have it blowing on the dogs. So in the summer, we will drive with the generator on so I can run the AC, and it was just randomly shutting down, which really worried me because if we're going somewhere and I'm leaving the dogs in here, I want to run the generator so I can run my AC. My AC will not run without the generator running or without being hooked up to shore power. So it made me nervous that, it would just randomly shut down. And it did it a few times. So I don't know. It's brand new. So I'm going to have an oil change done on it and see if maybe it was a clogged fuel filter. I don't know. Or if it's a generator setting. So I do need to bring that into Cummins and have them look at it. While it's in there, I'm going to have them do a complete oil change. So that's the other thing. But on the other hand, like we have, every time we've slept in this, usually we don't have hookups. So we just do boondocking. And I run my generator all night so we can run the AC. And it's worked beautifully all night long. So I feel like it has something to do with when the engine's running. So I'm not sure. But anyways, so those are the only issues really we have had. And if you've ever had an RV that had a lot of issues like I have in the past, this is a treat. So yeah, I've been very, very happy with it. I've been really happy with just the ease it is to drive and to park, just to get in and go. There's no slides to worry about. I love that we just boondock a lot more. We can kind of park anywhere. The beauty of that and the freedom that comes with that is amazing. Give up, obviously, a lot of space. So we're not camping for weeks at a time. At this stage of our life right now, we're kind of doing quick getaways and weekends and maybe a week here and there. But it's tight in here with 2 people and 2 big dogs. But the goal is to spend more time outside, and I don't know, and the convenience of this has been great. And a big thing was I wanted to be able to drive it. And I can, and I feel comfortable driving it. So I've driven it back and forth to the beach, which is 3 hours, no problem, back roads, highways. I can feel the wind a little bit sometimes if the winds are, I don't know, like over 12 or 15 miles an hour. I can feel it a little bit, but I'm a sensitive driver. So, and I'm like 5 feet tall. So I probably feel it. Scott doesn't feel anything when he's driving it. But I do notice that a little bit, but I will say driving my son's Jeep Wrangler in the wind was far worse. So, yeah. So, all in all, really, really happy with it. Happy with our choice. The floor plan we have is the rear bath, and my husband is 6'2". He's a big guy, and every time we are away, he uses that shower and has no problem using it. So if anybody's wondering about that, it's been fine. And the beds have been really comfortable, so no problem there. So yeah, all in all, very, very happy with it. Trying to think if there's anything I would change or anything that I didn't know about after living in it. I mean, the fridge is a little small, but you are getting the smaller fridge. You're giving, you always have to give up something. So for the amount, for what we're doing, it's been fine. You could always get like one of those little plug-in coolers if you felt like you needed, more refrigeration. But so far it's been fine for us. Trying to think what else. I don't know. Been very happy with Truma AC. It's cooled off this van beautifully in the summer. It gets really hot. North Carolina, South Carolina. We've had a really hot summer, and I've been in here, trying to work and fix things up when it was, high 90s outside, and it cools down nicely. And once it's running, it's great. So it takes a little bit to cool it down, but not too long. So very happy with that. Yeah, the only thing that I think is kind of a hassle is just when I go to empty my freshwater tanks, I have to access it underneath the bed. So I have to unscrew one of the screws, lift this up, and reach under there and like open up the lever to drain my fresh water, and then I have to shut it to refill it. It's not a big deal. I'm used to it now. But in the beginning, I would move the mattress, undo the thing. And so that's the only thing that is a little bit inconvenient. Other than that, I think I've been really happy with it. So that's my 3-month update. And as I travel in it more and camp in it more, if there's other things that I'm either surprised about or, I don't know, happy about, or, like I said, I'm still discovering things. Oh, a really cool thing that I discovered, like with the lights, I can like hit the buttons and dim like all of these. So I got to show you the lights. The lights are really cool. So if I come over here to the lights, I don't know if you can see this, but let's say like I'm going to shut off some of these lights just so you can see how cool this is. Okay, so the lights are, now I can do like mood lights. I can do rear mood, so it just turns it on in the cabinets. And then, let me shut those off. And then I can do, oops, not those. I can do, what is it? Oh, cabinet LED, where it just kind of comes on underneath, which I really like. And if I hit them, I can dim them. So isn't that cool? I just figured that out by accident. So if I just hit the button and hold it down, it dims it or brightens it. See, it's dimming it. And then I can shut it off. And then it'll go back up. So I think that's really cool. I like that feature. So that's one of the things I discovered. Some of the things I added in here, I added a temperature alert for my dogs. So like I said before, I worry if it gets hot in here and I leave them in here if I'm going into a store or hiking or whatever. And it alerts me when the temperature or the humidity drops below a certain point. So I can rush out here and make sure they're okay. I still have to figure out how to, do an auto gen start and all that stuff, but I will figure all that out. What else did I do? I added mattress toppers on here. I put my Keurig up here and I used Gorilla Glue. Not Gorilla Glue, like those little museum putty to make it stick, and it stays up here beautifully, which frees up my counter space. So look I have a pretty good amount of counter space. And I haven't used, let's see, hold on one sec, I'm going to show you. That's my cooktop here. But I put this on it so the dogs don't scratch it. And let me put all my lights on, hold on. And then the only other things, I added a little bath mat here, which I don't like actually. I have to replace this. And then to give more storage in here, I put these. And what I like about them is they will pull off so I can actually clean them. And I think that's about it. Oh, and I added curtains for the front. But that's kind of a temporary fix because I just have these hooks here. And then I hang the curtains on these hooks. And really these things are the only ones that will stick because this is like it's a vinyl. And so not many things will stick on this, but I did find these hooks that actually stick. So yeah, that's it. That's my update. Sorry. And yeah, Rosie loves traveling in the van. She loves it. Oh. Okay, well, I'll give you another update as I find things out, and I'll let you know how it goes when we bring it in to get the Truma fixed.